Every year there are about 8 cases of this deadly illness. Texas and Florida have a majority of them. Yeah.
All right.
So we actually have some good weather around here.
We do have some good weather, and for us, good weather is rain.
Rain, right.
So most people are like, what are you talking about, good weather? Check this out, Lomas in Wyoming. Look at that. We have seen this, what, a handful of times this summer?
I know.
It is unbelievable how rare this has been, but classic example today. And in fact, the guy stopped me today on the street and said, hey, tell me about scattered showers versus isolated showers. And today's a good example of a scattered shower day when we tend to see is that chance of storms 30 to 40%. Isolated showers more around 10 to 20% is what we usually look at here. So the better chances are when we get scattered showers versus isolated showers, and even lower than that, some spot storms out there. Here's a look at what's going on from 10,000 feet. Pretty cool shot from Sandia Peak. We got some showers right over the top of the peak, and then a few more just rolling on through the valley. Since then, things have died down once again. This is not a consistent rain situation here, and it's not going to be over the next couple of days, but the scattered storms at least are giving us a shot at some rain out there. And we start across the south where they have some storms, and I jump right through it, and I'll go right back to it here. 86 degrees in the metro area right now. We've cooled down a bit thanks to that shower that came on through. Let's try that again. Here we go. Now I'll show you where we have our flood advisories, Socorro County and down into Doña Ana County right now. And across the state, a little better crop of storms than we've had in past days, especially out around Estancia. And as you get up to around the Santo Domingo Pueblo, we're getting storms right now. A few more approaching Los Lunas from the south. I-25 are grabbing some showers. Las Vegas out towards Springer, and a few more out into Union County and even over the burn zone. Near Los Alamos, we're picking up some showers as well into central sections, especially west central sections, grabbing some storms around Grants, and then down into south central portions of the state. Some lighter stuff around the Sacramento Mountains and out over into Hatch as well. Now we get back to 86 degrees in the metro. Winds out of the east at 10 miles an hour across the north where we've had rain. In places like Las Vegas and Grants, we're in the 70s. Down to the south, 70s, 80s, and 90s right now. Satellite and radar across New Mexico shows what our issue is. Notice how nothing is really happening in extreme eastern portions of the state. High pressure anchored out here is not allowing for a lot of storm formation. So what we're able to do is push that moisture into central and western sections, get a few storms going, and that's what's happening for today. Tomorrow, things get a little more interesting because what we're going to do here is not only keep some of that moisture in place, but we're going to take a little area of low pressure. It's not particularly strong, but it could be enough to draw enough air up into the atmosphere to give us a shot at some more storms, central, western sections, and maybe even across the northern mountains as well for tomorrow. Beyond that, another round of storms will be possible into Friday as well here. So it's not a great setup, but it's not a horrible setup for us either. In fact, in the metro, scattered storms will continue to be at least a possibility through the next 48 hours or so, with the focus of the action being a little farther out to the west, but still some storms here in the city, a real possibility. And then even into Friday, we'll keep that possibility out there before things back off again, I think, into the weekend to more of an isolated storm type of deal. Region by region, across the Four Corners, temperatures in the 80s and 90s, scattered afternoon storms. Your extended forecast for the Four Corners, best chance of showers up around Durango with temperatures for the most part in the 80s, some 90s down around Farmington, 80s and 90s around the southwest. Scattered storms here, extended forecast for Silver City. Pretty good shot at least storms lingering around over the next 2 to 3 days. Meanwhile, over into the southeast, temperatures mainly in the 90s, although if you get up into the mountains, some 70s as well. Isolated storms across southeastern New Mexico. You won't see as many storms lingering here as we're going to see in other parts of the state, mainly because you guys are too close to the high. 80s and 90s across the northeast. Scattered storms out there. Extended forecast for Las Vegas next couple of days. Pretty good chance at a few storms forming off the mountains and rolling toward Las Vegas, Wagon Mound, Raton, any of those areas could be benefited by some of those storms coming out of the west. 90 in Espanola, 87 in Taos, 84 in Santa Fe, partly cloudy. Afternoon thunderstorms a possibility with those temperatures remaining in the low to mid 80s. Down into the East Mountains, temperatures here for the most part mid to high 80s. Another round of scattered storms tomorrow, and here in the metro, scattered showers for us as well with partly cloudy skies and temperatures in the low 90s. And we keep the low 90s going over the next few days. Now, the chance of showers does appear to go down a little bit Saturday into Sunday to more of an isolated storm.
Okay, thanks, Mark. Coming up next, as the deadline looms to pull American troops out of Afghanistan, an audit finds problems with the U.S. training of Afghan police. That story next. And first at 4:30, apparently he didn't learn his lesson the first time. Police nabbed